Yeah. Oh, fuck. Disgusting! Okay. Looks like I'm ready. What do we have here today? Are MMOs actually bad for you? God damn it. Looks like yes. If you're looking at me, I'm perfect result of long abuse of MMOs. Fuck. We're all gonna die.
The MMORPG genre certainly attracts some weird and wonderful people from many different backgrounds, but generally MMOs have been more associated with nerd culture than other gaming genres over the past 20 years. I remember back in high school, all the kids that
The soundtrack is from Lineage.
played RuneScape would hang out together, and all the kids that played WoW would also hang out together. These groups were seen as the nerds, whilst all the cool kids were playing Halo 3 or Call of Duty. I remember seeing documentaries on TV
Cool
about
kids.
how addictive World of Warcraft was, and hearing stories about people becoming so obsessed with the game that they died from playing it too long, or they'd pee in bottles to avoid going to the toilet just so they could keep playing the game.
Man, bathroom!
Naturally, after hearing these fierce stories in the news,
I remember one of yes, I'm gonna talk about Lineage again. I remember one happening accident to some of the one of the players that let's say used to know. Yeah, that we were raiding and the raid was long, hard, and he had diarrhea. So he stayed for whole raid. And you probably understand how the story goes.
as a teenager, it just made me think, this game must be really fucking good if it's having that effect on people. And thus my journey down the MMO rabbit hole began. 18 years later, here I am covering MMORPGs for a living. I've gone through multiple phases where MMOs have either had a severely negative impact on my life and an incredibly positive impact. So in this video we're going to talk about
That's an adult dumbass and an older dumbass.
both the good and the bad about being an MMORPG player, ultimately ending in my opinion about the title of this video. Are MMORPGs actually bad for you? But first, sponsor. Many
Nope. Nope. Not gonna do that. Sponsor, sponsor, sponsor. Good thing that there's these things. Okay. Let's go.
So what are some of the negative effects of playing MMORPGs? I think the biggest and most obvious thing is addiction. Most of the problems related to MMOs come down to just putting too much time and energy into these games.
I'm more thinking that's a problem with not putting priorities in your life, because you should put more important things, except when you're a child. Then you probably should be sometimes hit by your parents. You again with your fucking PC. You again with your fucking PC. Okay.
And every sub-issue I'm about to mention, such as poor social skills, bad hygiene, unhealthy lifestyle, fucked up priorities and damaging your relationships, is ultimately down to addiction or lack of self-control in one way or another.
Oh, I have that problem definitely. No self-control, bad hygiene. I'm afraid of soap. I'm lazy. I was a few points in my life that I didn't shave properly. And I don't cut my hair, so yep.
The easy response to this is just play MMOs casually, lol. Yeah, easier said than done. MMOs by design are made in a way so that to achieve anything meaningful in game, you need to put in a crap ton of time and energy into them. Sure, you can play MMOs casually and have a decent enough time with average progress.
Yes, you can. But if you want to reach something, spend more time in it. Make it. Now you can do it with making it your livelihood. I mean, making money from it. Become a YouTuber. Good luck with that.
But if the game's really good, the sense of progression is spiking your dopamine in all the right ways, and you're in that
Oh, I thought I seen this interface.
MMO
Okay,
flow state,
this is Lost
it's
Ark.
extremely easy to fall down the slippery slope of addiction, especially for people who aren't getting any sense of fulfillment in their real life. If you have a boring, stressful life, and the only dopamine you're getting comes from video games,
Yeah, maybe you should rethink a little bit your life then. Because most of it, where we are spending most of our time at work. So maybe try to move to a career field that you enjoy. Maybe that should be a problem because I think most of people in my country hate their jobs, and the only escape from that is video games after work. For most of my people my age, I guess. Try to achieve something more satisfactory. No, the wrong. That was. That doesn't sound right. Find something that satisfies you, and you could, and that could be a source of income. I guess that's supposed to be right. I guess that would be right to say. Correct. Maybe. Okay. Today I'm wanted to relax. I found this video and I wanted to make some kind of comment to it. Maybe I will have some ideas.
then naturally it's much easier.
Because I spend a lot of time playing MMOs, and I'm made a break from MMOs for about, let's say, 2 years, maybe less, maybe more, maybe. But I'm returning to MMOs, and I'm trying MMOs that I can, that are free or not expensive, to sink my free time and maybe do a little bit of content. So
easier to become addicted
to
because
get
you're not getting
my
that good
addiction. Feels good, man. Froggy.
feeling from anything else. Eventually, once you're deep enough into an MMO, you might join a guild that pushes progression raiding or competitive PvP, and here you're basically signing up to play the game for a minimum amount of hours per week, because it's what the guild expects from you to keep up with the gearing requirements. Not all MMOs are like this. Guild Wars 2 is a good example of an MMO with no gear treadmill that you can jump in and out of whenever you like, and not really get addicted. But for most MMOs, especially at launch or during a new expansion, they're extremely addictive. Everything's new and exciting, you've got thousands of other players all
I never had that problem. Maybe right now, I don't have that problem because I joined some of the RPGs very late. But I never had that problem. I always try to find, let's say, casual clan guild, or just some kind of constant party with whom to play sometimes. At least This is my experience and this is my idea because I don't have a lot of time at the in a day. I will not, for the games, I will not sacrifice my job. I will not sacrifice things that are important to my real life for me to survive, let's say.
All pushing progression and leveling together.
Games, to me, is hobby. But I understand how it can become an addiction to somebody because, yeah, as it was said in this video, that some the life is not they're not happy in their real life, so they are trying to run from real world problems into the game. They can get. I think some of them can get that fix even from single player games. Maybe so. Especially when some of those people, I think, have some mental problems. That could help, maybe, to run from that. No, that's running from problems. Just for those people, I would suggest just go to therapy.
And you almost feel this push to race against them, or at the very least, keep up. Why do you feel this push? Well, if you fall behind, there's that fear that you won't be able to find groups or do the content that you want to do. That, as well as wanting to feel like you're a part of something, which is another feeling that a lot of MMO players lack in their real life. So what's the problem with being an MMO addict? If you're having fun, then it's not all that harmful, right? Well, that depends. Last year when Lost Ark first launched, I got so addicted to that game I literally could not sleep. Yes,
How the fuck you get addicted to that piece of shit? That will be controversial idea, but fuck, I'm now playing Ark. For fuck's sake, that at least the beginning is so fucking painful. I mean, the skill progression, everything is fine, but the questing system is killing me. There's no quests are not fun. Story, yes, maybe a little bit fun, but to get to most fun things in the story, I get this fucking gap that I need to survive, and I play and my eyes starts twitching and I want to bang my fucking head in the table. To the table. Fuck! I know, I heard that the game later becomes more fun, farm and grind, whatever. Things that I like. Skill system, it's fun. But fuck, the beginning of the game is killing me right now. Questing system is killing me. It's not interesting. But that's maybe for another video. Maybe not, because I said almost everything that I wanted about this game. It could be fun, but fuck, the beginning is painful to play.
Yes, I was having fun, but I didn't want to make YouTube content because I wanted to play Lost Ark. I didn't want to go to the gym, meet my friends, leave the house, give my girlfriend attention, or do anything else other than play Lost Ark. And when I did leave the house, my eyes were bloodshot red from looking at the screen all day. This has been the case with me in the past with so many different MMOs. RuneScape, WoW, Black Desert Online, New World, Lost...
I think some of people... why I don't have this problem sometimes that I have to play. Maybe I would have the problem that I have to spend a lot of time in the game if I had to play with somebody, let's say obligated, or with friends, for example. Friends are pushing each other to do some kind of content and whatever. But with Icon, I play with Icon. That's okay. It's fun to play with Icon, but we don't have a lot of games that we both like, so I don't get the drive for that. Just a little bit fun and spend a little bit time in the game that I like.
Stark, Arcade, and so on. Whenever I've been addicted to an MMO, I've always been fully aware that this isn't healthy, but at the time I never seemed to care. It's easy to care more about what's going on in this parallel virtual life than what's going on in the real world, which occasionally can be a good crutch if you're going through some hard times. Sometimes though, addiction isn't really that tied to fun or enjoyment. You can
Some of the people, I don't think that most of the time I should give a fuck what is going on in the world. And even sometimes when I don't give a fuck, it is pushed into my face by coworkers, by I wanted to say friends, but not really, because almost all my friends are have the same mindset as me. Why should I give a fuck what is going on? Maybe for discussion purposes, maybe discuss sitting by one table together, discussing some kind of world, social, political problem, let's say, but nothing that major. Just relaxing a little bit.
can be addicted to a game that you no longer enjoy purely because you've invested so much time into it in the past. This is quite a depressing state to be in, because you're putting time into something but getting no enjoyment back. You're chasing the dopamine.
Yeah, that was my problem with Lineage at some point when I was still playing in private servers and with a clan that I like, with people that I like. Oh, you motherfucker.
Hits that got you into the MMO in the first place, but those rewards just don't feel the same. It's at this point where you should probably take a break or make better use of your time. Another common issue that MMO addicts
Sometimes to take a break is not very possible, because I noticed when there's no when there's no pleasure, and I think I won't play. I make a break from playing the game. Okay, but there's suddenly the moment when I'm thinking about the game, doing something in the game, and when I get the opportunity after that to play again, let's say, sit down. Oh, I'm just gonna play a few hours. I'm trying to do the things that I wanted when that I thought I could do, but that doesn't give very much pleasure, and then I drop it again and again until the point when again I have those thoughts that I want to try this, I want to do that, but I'm trying to do those things to reach some kind of point in the game, and it doesn't give pleasure. Even the problem is the process in to reach something. I mean, I'm always trying to think. I could farm here. I could farm that. I want to get that armor or something, but I try to do that, and the process is not satisfying as fuck. That's why I'm again sitting here clicking, trying to play, but I want to hurl. I want to puke.
generally face is poor social skills in real life. If you're spending all your time typing or talking to people online and not face to face, then you might not be very good at reading body language or have experience in certain social situations. This was a problem I had back in high school. I chose to play WoW and RuneScape over going to parties and meeting up with friends after school. This caused me to be very socially awkward in my late teens. I didn't really know how to talk to girls, I had no confidence, and I didn't want to leave my safe online space. This was compounded by the next negative aspect of being an MMO addict. The unhealthy lifestyle. When you're addicted to MMOs, the last thing you want to do is spend time away from the computer preparing healthy meals, working out at the gym, exercising, getting 8 hours of sleep, and seeing sunlight. This will obviously have a negative impact on your IRL character and perpetuate your self-confidence and social issues.
IRL character. That's sad, but thinking about that funny in a sad kind of way, because there was a point when I had my social life, I had my friends that and I still have them, that we were meeting after some game session, let's say, and we still talk about that game, what we could do, whatever, and still we were using the same terms, same ideas, and fuck, we were dumbasses. But somehow I think that this aspect didn't happen to me. I didn't become a social. I still talked with friends, still met them almost mm, every week. I think every weekend, because we were living in different cities, and then we had no problem with that. Maybe with some of them we were just, let's say, social outcasts, because not many people have same ideas, same thoughts, same I don't know how to say, same uh, same world view as we did. So that maybe that's why we fit together that well.
Due to probably looking and feeling like shit all of the time. And this brings me to my final point: messed up priorities. Like a character in an RPG has mana or stamina.
I was talking about that in the beginning, that priorities. What's the most important for, let's say, for him, for me? What do I need to do first to have the time to, let's say, play the game?
We all have a limited amount of willpower available to use each day in real life. Once that willpower is used up, you're done for the day. If you're addicted to MMOs, you're potentially using up all of your energy on a game that probably doesn't bring you a whole lot of happiness and fulfillment. Maybe you're unhappy with your current situation in life, your job, your physical appearance, your relationships, the country you live in. You want to make a change, but you're using all your mental energy on a bullshit game that you no longer enjoy, that you'll have forgotten about in 2 years anyway. To summarize the negative aspects of MMOs, they're basically insane.
I don't fucking get it. If Blin, I'm thinking about this thing a lot. People don't. I hear they don't enjoy the game. So why do play? Maybe I never was addicted to any game. Why still play if you don't enjoy it? I don't get it. Maybe that's me, because I never was addicted to some game at that level. Let's say I was addicted to gaming. I was not addicted to particular game. I was addicted to different games, different styles of games that I enjoyed, I think. I don't get it. If that doesn't give you satisfaction, leave it. Play other games, or just have different activities at the time. Huh, interesting. Maybe for some people, let's say YouTubers or whatever, that are doing reviews, are making themselves to suffer through the game.
Addictive because they're able to give you a budget version of all the positive emotions you'd experience in real life. Being part of a group, feeling powerful, achieving goals, competing against other people, problem solving, and a long-term sense of progression where you quickly see the fruits of your hard work. With self-control, these aren't bad things, and it's why MMOs are so compelling. But it's when you let MMOs take away your desire to achieve those emotions and experiences in real life, that's when things can go downhill. This is basically what happened with me from 2017 to 2018 when I let Black Desert Online take over my life. I had absolutely no desire to make friends IRL because I had my guildmates in BDO. I weighed 105 kilograms due to not working out and eating a gamer diet, and I didn't feel any urge to progress or make money because I was so focused on my progression in-game. Eventually though, things changed, which brings me on to the next part of this video, why I think MMOs can be quite good for you.
Well, that's...
First off, MMORPGs actually teach you a lot of skills that can be applied to the real world. Here's just a few examples. Guild leaders and raid leaders practice management skills, organizational skills, as well as staying calm under pressure. Learning how to flip...
Holy shit, yes, I agree with that. Some of these skills are really useful for, like he said, some of the people can't lead, and we can notice that with some clan or guild leaders, whatever you want to call it. Many times that in games that I played, for example, party leaders, we had party leaders, we had clan leaders, and I noticed that some people kind of arrogant, but when they get the opportunity, they don't really shine, let's say. Economics too.
Items on the auction house not only teaches you how supply and demand works, but it also teaches you to look for niches in markets. I learned to be extra careful about trusting people on the internet and avoid scams after I got lured into the RuneScape wilderness for my entire bank at the age of 12 years old. If you're a top tier raider, you're learning how to follow complex instructions, work together with other people, and solve problems. Many people who aren't native English speakers have basically taught themselves an entire language from playing MMOs, and many people have formed lasting relationships in real life with people that they've met in these games.
My, let's say, limited English English learning was from cartoons and a little bit from lessons in school, but most of it was cartoons and movies in original language, not translated in my native language.
But here's the best part. If you change your mindset to imagine that real life is an MMORPG, not only does it help you make better decisions, but it also helps you figure out what you want to get out of life. If real life had a user interface and you could see all of your stats, what would they be? If you could see yourself getting XP in real time and leveling up your skills, would that be more motivating to you? Every time you go to the gym, you're gaining a strength level. Every time you stick to a good habit, you're leveling up your discipline skill. The more people you talk to, you're leveling up your charisma. And as you're leveling up your IRL stats more and more, you unlock new quests that allow you to access new content. Perhaps traveling to new zones. Perhaps you unlock the girlfriend expansion. Or you gain new
Oh, I never thought to think about life like that. That's cool. I don't know why I didn't think about that. That's so fucking cool. Girlfriend expansion killed me. I will need to say that to my wife. Okay, okay. Let's do this.
abilities in the form of speaking new languages,
Oh.
snowboarding, mountain climbing, wilderness survival, and so on. This probably sounds ridiculous.
He was drinking piss!
But since I've adopted this mindset, my life has improved in so many different ways. You can literally open up Google Maps and ask yourself, if I was an avatar in a video game, what would be the best zone for me to level up in? This is why I decided to move to Thailand over 3 years ago. There's less open world PvP here than most other zones. The guild that runs this zone takes less of my money in taxes, items at the general store are cheaper, and the weather is nice, which means I have less mental health debuffs throughout the year. MMO players are probably the smartest, most dedicated, and slightly autistic group of gamers out there.
Oh!
When a new MMO's coming out, they theory
Oh,
craft,
you
speculate,
say.
invest time researching and planning out the optimal leveling routes before a game has even released, so that upon launch they achieve their goals as efficiently as possible. Can you imagine how powerful applying that same level of planning and efficiency would be to the real-life MMORPG? Literally, if you're unhappy with your situation, open up a notepad file and pretend that life is an MMO. What are your stats? Where are you questing? What type of content do you want to do when you reach endgame? Write down the different types of quests, features, content, and expansions that might unlock once you hit certain stat requirements. The problem with the real-life MMO, though, is that you have a lot of resources to manage.
But that's really good suggestion, good idea, good advice. What the fuck? Yes, there's a lot of variable situations and everything else, but to me that sounds pretty good idea.
It's basically an open world hardcore survival sandbox MMO crossed with The Sims, where you need to do
If you die, you will need to delete your character.
a lot of character maintenance to regenerate your willpower and energy resources. Oh, and you can't max out every stat either, which means you need to be quite selective about how you spend your attribute points. Another thing that kinda sucks about the real life MMO is that it's pretty pay to win. You can only unlock new mounts with gold and not via random drop, and if you're unlucky enough to start in one of the game's hardcore full loot PvP zones with bad starting attributes, then you're gonna have a much longer grind to reach the end game. So are MMORPGs actually bad for you? That depends. If you're someone that will prioritize your in-game avatar's progress over your real-life avatar's progress, then yes, potentially. Otherwise, no, not really. MMOs can teach you a lot about real life, and I've met tons of extremely successful people who grew up playing games like RuneScape, WoW, Ultima Online, EverQuest, and so on. Level up both your IRL and in-game characters at the same time for maximum dopamine rewards, and to also min-max your happiness levels. But that's it for this video, guys. As always, let me know in the comments below if this was a dog shit video that made absolutely no sense, or perhaps you agree with me in thinking that viewing real life like an MMORPG has some actual value. If you want to follow my IRL character's progress towards achieving his goal of getting 99 strength, then join my Discord Gamer to GigaChad linked below, where I post pictures every 2 days after a strength XP grinding session. I'm currently 3 months into this grind and have been pretty consistent. At this rate, I should achieve the 6-pack abs cosmetic unlock in about 2 to 3 months. Social media on screen.
Holy shit. Yes, that's kinda a little bit eye-opening. Maybe not for me, maybe for somebody else, but damn, that's a good. I think that's a good way to look from MMO perspective. Yes, it sucks a little bit in life because it is dependent. You cannot choose your starting point. You cannot choose some of the variables in your life, but and it sucks you cannot max out your stats, and it's kind of pay to win. Yeah, he's right. But fuck. I don't know. It somehow elevated me a little bit. Somehow. I don't know. Maybe not to the point that in MMORPG way, but in real life, somehow I'm feel a little bit. I think I will work a little bit today. Of course, I will not forget my real life and my day job. I love my day job. I'm blessed with that, and YouTube is my hobby that I can do in free time. Actually, YouTube is my second hobby. My first hobby, of course, is games. RPGs, some of the shooter games, not traditional, but fuck, this is good video. I'm pressing like. Okay, thank you for watching. I've been MatchBox. Don't forget to watch my other videos, and bye.